shadowed fog, the veil it stirs, a whisper calls, its edges blurred. Rein walks forth where truths are torn, the air grows thick, the world reborn. Through shifting dark, the form unwinds. Twin tails fade, new shapes aligned. Hands to slime, the stone reshapes. A bard emerges, Goo-dith wakes. Hear the thunder, hear the song. Through realms of chaos we belong. Books are open, tales are spun. Why Veriva calls, the bard has come. Shift like stone, yet fluid and free. A scholar's mind, a melody. Rein no more, Goo-dith appears. The veils embrace, the way is clear. Magic swirls as worlds collide. A slime, a bard, the truth won't hide. Through the veil, the thunders call. Lore and chaos bind us all. From ghostly paths to songs anew. Welcome, friends, the story's true. The bard now smiles, the tale unfolds. Let chaos reign, let songs be told.
With our lovely characters here. We should probably introduce each other first. I'm way ahead of myself, aren't I? I'm so sorry.
I was bleeding for half of the fight.
Yeah, he was literally like whimpering like the dog that he is.
Motherfucker, I'm going to stab you next.
But yeah,
You're getting joked.
for those that are new here, I'm Decode. I'm just your typical variety streamer who streams when they can, not really like having a set schedule. Yeah, I love playing fighting games and shooting games like Fortnite, and honestly, I just like having fun. So like, if you guys have fun, I have fun.
His number's in the bathroom stall. Just give him a call later, okay?
But let me introduce y'all to. For those of you that are new, let me introduce you to tonight's cast. You have me, Decode, as your DM. We got CC, if you want to say hi, CC. We got Ronan, if you want to say hello or anything.
Did Discord edit him accidentally?
It might be the Discord.
Every once in a while, those internet hiccups.
Yeah.
Those internet hiccups have been my blessing this entire time. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. You're a great friend. It's the vampire I'm worried about. Actually, did he actually crash?
Did he?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Usually he's
Did
back
he?
by now.
Ronan, can you
No,
hear
not
us?
not Diddy.
Because
Your uncle?
Mm-mm.
No, Diddy's your uncle. Oh, no.
I'm just gonna come back to Ronan then.
Yeah, I suspect his Discord did something on him. It does that sometimes.
Hi Zora, welcome in. We have Rein. Rein is also a co-host with me. They
Hello.
stream a lot of different things. So Rein, if you have anything you want to say,
Right now, mostly I just do the Monday D&D thing, but normally if I get back to a regular schedule, I love streaming horror games, especially indie horror games. And I play just about anything else.
hmm.
I'm
and
back. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
oh, welcome back. But yeah, if you love watching streamers and if you like the content, check out Rein. Rein's another amazing streamer. We also are going to jump back to Ronan. Ronan, if you want to say hello to all the new people out there for us.
Hello, new people.
And then we got a Gap. Gap is probably the most chaotic ball of energy I can think of when it comes down to the campaign.
I am
but
not. I am not chaotic. I just keep getting dragged around.
honestly,
you're absolutely
I will
chaotic.
say Gap brings a lot of. I won't say he brings a lot of personality to D&D for us.
Oh, he does. He definitely does.
It brings a lot of fucking frustration.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Frustration, food, gold, money, personalities. I love them all. I'm not just circle.
Yeah,
Pits.
Zora. Yeah, Zora. Rein does stream on both Twitch and YouTube as well. I'm gonna shout you out in. I think I can shout you out in the restream, right?
Don't know. Never tried it, actually.
You know what I love about the whole dynamic in this party is that Gab and I are chill with each other. Like we talk a lot of shit, and we're also like huge fans of Bloodborne and shit like that. But our characters cannot fucking stand each
There you
other.
go. It did work,
Cool.
I think.
Nope. Character wise, they fucking detest each other. It's like fucking what's the movie with the fucking vampire and the wolf and then the fucking chick with the fucking beaver teeth?
Twilight?
You're not talking about.
You're talking about
You
Are
know
you
what-
talking about Twilight, Underworld?
Twilight. There you go. It's literally like
the-
fucking Twilight over here.
Those aren't vampires in Twilight. Those are not vampires. I don't give a
No.
fuck. what
They're
My vampires don't sparkle.
I was gonna say they're sparkly fae. They're not vampires.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. They're fey.
They're
They're,
fey
not
pirates.
vampires.
They look
They're
like
fake
fucking
pirates.
vampires,
They're
but
not fire or anything.
but it still fucking fits, man. Come on, you can't not.
Fire does not sparkle. Okay, we're looking more at Underworld than anything else.
If anything, Goo-dith is more likely to sparkle.
I mean, you just reflect water. Or they put a candle on it.
Oops.
Sorry about the Discord though, because I was trying to load up Roll20. Roll20 was bugging the fuck out, and it caused my Discord to bug the fuck out.
Literally
It's
rolled
okay.
26.
We were just introducing you. It wasn't like we were doing anything important.
Damn. just for the record, Gabriel doesn't like to hang out with the party since Ellyra and Cassius joined, mostly around Ellyra. So, but these are my friends, and we hang out. What happens in character and what happens in these sessions do not determine our actual friendship.
Yes.
Just to keep the record straight.
Yeah. But yeah. Last session, you all ran a siege upon the temple of the three deities. You fought against a lot of Kuatoa.
Krakatoas.
And also the sashimi joke. Yeah, that was hilarious.
And then,
That's gonna be my highlight ever since that was made. Okay.
and then the story of Greg.
Yep, the story of Greg. You came across a person who was shapeshifting as the BBG as Seligic. But found out later on that his name was actually Void. And you also had Ellyra had run into an old friend of hers known as Rod.
Oh God! Please don't tell me he's about to touch his rod.
No.
Good.
Just for that 2 water damage. I'm just kidding.
Squirt, squirt.
First of
Exactly.
all,
I actually
I'm
have.
not her
I have.
second of all,
I have
the only one
emoji
that
for
got
that.
touched by Rob was you, bitch.
I don't even know what he said. He just
Oh,
cut out of
no.
mid-sentence.
Really?
All I-
So I was saying, hang on.
all I heard was first of all Rod, and then cuts off. I'm like, oh God, okay, let's go.
Okay. I was going to say, sorry, I guess the air conditioner was causing my mic to cut out. But I was saying that, first of all, Rod's not even her type. Second of all, the only one that was touched by Rod was Gabriel. But do you not remember when he scratched your chin?
That is true.
Wait, when did I get my chin scratched?
Remember
Rod
when-
is gay.
Huh?
A funny feeling that Rod is gay.
I don't even fucking remember getting my chin scratched. And which pair of chins?
Oh God.
I think
The
the
only
one on
chin
your, I
that
think
you
the
actually
chin on your
have,
face.
the one on your face.
Okay, good.
I don't even know where he was going with that joke.
I think
his
Ronan
bottom
knows
chin.
what I'm talking about.
His lower chin.
You know what? Moving on.
I mean, look, if you two want to go do that somewhere, fine. Ellyra's not getting involved.
I don't even know what's
Hmm.
going on. All I know is like before everything like happened between you guys, I just dipped. I just went home. I think that was also before you actually got your message because I believe I just Cassius told me like you can just go, you can just leave. I'm like, oh okay, cool, and then I just left.
Yeah,
No,
so
that
you
was
did
during the
leave.
message. No, that was after the message. That was after the message because you were there.
Oh wait, that's right, because he got his chin scratched.
You guys
The
just
message
got
was
by
handed to
Rob
right.
and then left.
I don't.
Yeah, because
I think
Rod
I-
gave Ellyra the message. Then Rod walked up to Gabriel, scratched his chin, and then Gabriel left.
I
Right, because
do not
Ellyra
remember.
kept laughing about that.
I do not remember that part. I'm gonna be honest. All I remember the message that Gabriel got. It was from eating that one tear, and then he went to sit down on the throne, and then Cassius told him, "If you better fucking leave." And I'm like, okay, and then he left.
we didn't put it that way. I don't remember
Yeah.
who actually
No,
said
no,
it,
no.
but I think there was a little bit of
No, I don't remember.
you were exhibiting emotions of being very worn out from the fight, and you were just told if you wanted to go, relax or whatever, you could leave whenever you want to.
No, it was more like I said in what Windria's throne, and then something non-believer, then you can leave.
and
Something like I'm on those lines.
No, he didn't say non-believer specifically. What he said was, "So you're ready to like align yourself with Winria now?" And you were like, "No." And then Casta was like, "Then get the fuck off the throne."
I'm like, oh yeah, something around that, and then he just went home. But I don't remember my character being around there for Ellyra's message.
he was there for that. By the way, hello Zara.
You might have mentally checked out at that point, though.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let's keep this shit going.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
this shit rolling.
Yep.
All right. So I would take it you guys are leaving the temple about this time.
I believe I am way ahead of them from leaving the temple at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
I,
you are way ahead, but I'm talking about everyone else.
Yeah, I think we literally left off with Goo-dith lagged behind just a little bit because she was collecting souvenirs, and
Oh yeah.
and I don't know where the rest of them were headed to, but I am thinking tavern, drinks.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna say the rest of the day is going pretty smoothly. You see, like on the way back towards the manor and everything, you see guards and uh, paladins and clerics of both Winria and Venrath picking up the remnants of what was left, right? So, like the sieged wall, uh, cleaning up the streets, making them look a little bit less destroyed. Um, and as you're making your way through the town, um, you come across Ellyra, and she would tell you that there is a celebration happening this evening, and she would invite you to the tavern and everything, where she would be announcing you as the heroes of Divinia, if that makes sense.
Oh, damn! We're getting announced
Damn.
as heroes.
Gabriel probably would not have gotten his message because he probably tried to stick closest route to the rundown shack that he lives in, or I don't know what he's doing. Would you be
Actually, I'm gonna give you something to work with. I went back to the main temple, the one with all the priests and stuff like that. It's more like instead of like going back to the shack, I went to pick up my quote unquote kid and also figure out how the hell take this tear out of my stomach or my soul or my body. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah. I
I'll
got
give
you.
you some. I'll give you something to work with.
All right.
I'm gonna go check on my laundry real quick. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So you would all be invited into this tavern. And do you guys go?
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
going.
Of course.
Oh, I just realized I do not have music playing, and I probably should.
Yeah,
I'll play the new song, you know?
Luna with the brick cheese and whiskey.
God damn it.
It kind of makes me wonder: is that a Wisconsin thing? Brick cheese.
Maybe? I have no idea. But
Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna say that Gabriel met before with the elf lady, Ellyra, whatever.
Ellyra.
Yes, and then he gave her a bag of 750 gold. So I want to say half of the gold that he took at the beginning, and told
Okay.
her to give it to the party.
She does. She'll say she'll give it to them at the celebration.
Yeah, so
And
that
she would also tell you to join for the celebration as well.
he will respectfully refuse, saying that he has other things to do.
You have her curious, but she's not gonna pry. So yeah, she would make her way down to the tavern. You all would probably be there as well. Rod would be with you. Specifically with you, Ellyra. Because remember, he does owe you a drink.
Yes, he does.
And when you're in this tavern, what sounded like merriment and like people talking, getting in like small little like arm wrestling matches and stuff like that. As soon as the door opens, it is dead silent. All eyes are on you.
You said it's dead silent and all eyes are on us?
Yes.
I'm gonna say instead of the breastplate I usually have wearing, I'm in my fine clothes now.
Okay.
Oh, you went back to change. Cool.
Oh yeah, I'd say if y'all wanted to, there was plenty of time to change before you went.
So, all right. So if it's dead quiet and we're just put on the spot, gather round and quiet up and listen down. Wait, scratch that. Reverse it. You're about to hear the squelchiest, spell-slingingest fall of a villain this side of divine judgment. Now don't blink, or you'll miss the part where his crown hits the ground. I drink with my lute and plot songs on song, for the battles to come and the tales on my tongue. To the end of Soligic, the blight of the land, with slime at my feet and staff in my hand. Down with the tyrant, the breaker of skies. Let thunder and laughter be where his reign dies. With magic and music we march to the fray, for the gods have chosen, and this is the day. Down with Soligic, the killer of grace. You've scorched every shrine, left none in their place. The chosen arise, and their fury ignites, and when gods descend, the world shakes with smites. Down with the tyrant, the breaker of skies. Let thunder and laughter be where his reign dies. With magic and music we we march to the fray, for the gods have chosen, and this is the day.
They all look at you dumbfounded, but not knowing exactly what to say. And a slow clap begins and erupts into thunderous applause.
It's bard to bard.
Ellyra would walk up to a small stage just off in the corner. It's a 2-floor tavern, so like there are people from the second floor that are able to look down at the stage. There are people on the first floor that are just all pointed at the stage. Ellyra comes up and she says, "It has been a very long year this year. Divinia being infiltrated. The spirits around Divinia had been very gloomy and dull. The streets not safe enough to walk. But now, thanks to our heroes," and she's going to call you up by name. She'll start with the bard who's saying and say, thanks to Goo-dith, or thanks to the melodious Goo-dith. Then she looks over at Cassius and the witty Cassius.
Not that.
She looks over at Ellyra and says, and of course, Ellyra the Strong. Our
Nice.
streets have been cleaned up. Our homes safe once again. She raises a glass and says, if you would, toast with me.
Might as well. Mhm.
Definitely.
Oh my god! Good thing I'm missing this out. Jesus.
I'm all about that toast. All about that toast.
Oh, fucking.
She begins to say, the toast would be another 1,000 years of Divinius reign, or of Divinius light over Divinia. And they all clink their glasses together and just chug the glass. After saying another 1,000 years.
Woo! By the way, did our music?
They
die?
mentioned.
Oh, you know what? It did. My bad. I forgot to put it on repeat.
Oops.
She didn't mention Gabriel, did she? No, huh?
She did not, because she thought you wouldn't want to be mentioned and you also weren't present.
You know what? She already knows me. Great. Okay, sweet.
Oh.
Just don't hit on her.
Learning a little bit about Gabriel through his actions, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would say there is another hero, but they wish to be anonymous. So the night is yours in this tavern. What would you like to do?
I whispered to Goo-dith. I was like, I thought Gabriel would love the spotlight.
I'm not sure I caught that.
Ellyra whispers to Goo-dith, says, I thought Gabriel would like the spotlight.
Oh. Yeah, that is interesting. But the fact that he's not here, it's maybe says something that I haven't seen in him before.
Level of humility?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I'd say it's just staying out of sight.
I went up for a drink.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
I wonder if they have any mulled wine.
There's
I
They would
wonder
have
why they called me witty. I mean, I guess they couldn't give both of us the strong, but I might still be stronger than you, as strong as you are.
They could have called me sassy. They could have called me sassy, since that's what Good is always saying that I am.
Maybe we should switch.
Sweet. Laundry's done.
Nice.
You know,
Welcome back.
that just makes me think of the who's the strongest Avenger, where Thor and Hulk are kind of like the ones that are like, who's the strongest one?
Well, yeah, you have Thor, who's this Point Break, and you have Hulk, who's the actual strongest one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, even with the swords, it
But,
might still be me.
Rod would come over and sit next to you, Ellyra, and be like, "What are you drinking?"
the strongest thing this place has.
All right. He says to the barkeep, 2 of your finest was it finest pints of dragonfire.
Mm.
That's what I'm talking about.
That can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, we're not talking about that dragonfire.
Dragonfire does sound interesting.
If your mind went that way, that's your own fault.
That's from knowing. See, I thought your brain went that way because that usually tend to be where your brain goes.
So he would say, "Is there anything you wanted to catch up on?"
You asked me earlier if I heard or seen Van Raff. I haven't heard from him as of late. Have you?
No one has.
Oh.
I've been worried for him.
As far as I can tell, he's still around and he still is upon his own throne. For now, at least. He's not the same danger as Windria, but you can't be too careful.
I've during my expeditions and journeys, I have heard rumors about Seligic and Azoth targeting the other gods.
Just heads up. Whoever's talking through a radio, please just know you're making static noises. Just letting you know.
Radio.
It might be some background noise that gets picked up once in a while.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
Oh man.
I figured that was the case. I feel like Seligic is merely a puppet. And Azoth is the true orchestrator. Even if Seligic has his goals of becoming a god, he's still a mortal man.
Rod would look at you and say, "I don't think Azoth's the only mastermind."
Probably not. Something's off. When I sensed the aura of the city when it would flicker, there was something there. Something much older.
Oh, so you sense it, the first deity.
If that's what it is, then yes.
Do you know why the gods don't normally sit on their thrones here? Or do normally sit on their thrones here?
Just real quick question. Are
Oh.
we all sitting together?
Yeah, you'd all be together. Unless you want to be like doing your own thing.
Actually, I want to be part of the group for this. I'm too tired to be thinking about other stuff. I mean, like, Goo-dith is too tired to be thinking about other stuff.
I got you.
I just wanted to know if I was part of the conversation or listening to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You'd be part of the conversation.
Go ahead, Roden.
Either it's because it's a seat of power and it's a way to replenish themselves, or perhaps even it's to keep whatever this thing is in check.
You would say, oh, go ahead.
Decode, would insight be something that would used here because like the visions I see when I sat on Vinrath's throne, could any of that give me insight to why he's asking why the gods are sitting here?
Yeah, actually, yes. You can roll an insight on this.
19.
With a 19, you would know from lore and legend and old tomes, from readings of the town of Divinia, that the thrones of which the three gods sit upon are there as the seals to the basically the seals that hold the first god in his prison.
Okay. The gods, they sit on their thrones here because it's connected to the first god's prison, isn't it?
I would say
I
They're
didn't
very
see a tree
studious one.
there.
he would say the tree cannot be physically seen.
Oh.
It can only be seen with essentially a true sight, the sight of gods.
So not even Ellyra would see it then.
She would be able to sense the tree, she wouldn't be able to see the tree.
I wouldn't be able to see the tree. Rod probably will at some point.
He would actually say, I have seen the tree.
Is that a thing with like the ascension thing? Like you have to see the tree, or that you just end up seeing it because your god senses kick in?
Because the god senses would kick in, essentially things that you were unaware of become clairvoyant, if that makes sense.
And that tree gives some good ass kush.
I see. So, from what I can tell, what Seligic was doing, at least what Void was doing, was cracking or breaking down or trying to set free the first god.
Essentially.
So, and this is Ellyra talking to Rod.
Yes.
Okay, so that being said, I have a weird feeling that Seligic is biting off way more than he can chew. With this, if he was to succeed in releasing it.
He would look at you and say, perhaps he is planning on trying to take a deity, their rank and role, and corrupt it by sealing it away in something that he can manipulate, so he can have that power for himself.
Mortals trifling with forces they do not understand. This would be a common occurrence. And it's fucking frustrating.
He would say, have you come across someone named Morgana?
Yes.
Damn it.
You spoke of mortals trifling in things that they don't understand. She is also one of those mortals.
Of course.
As well as a fellow named Reaper, I imagine.
Yes.
Book, man.
He would say,
Actually, wait. Can I say that? Did we know that his name was Reaper, or did we just
did
encounter?
try.
you knew that he went by the name of Reaper.
Okay.
So you would have known him.
Okay. Sorry.
He would say, along with those two, there are another 5 that have also trifled and failed,
The little stones that
or
hurt.
been corrupted.
The little stones on the bridge that hurt.
So you've seen them.
Yes, Goo-dith fucking poked them.
It was
Even if they are not deities, they still carry the weight of a deified being.
So they're like a type of champion, almost.
Essentially, yes. What you are for Venrath, they are for Seligic. And what Seligic is to Azoth. Humans were never meant to have magic.
That much I am aware of.
As am I.
In fact, all the realms were meant to live together in harmony, working together. But all of that was thrown out of balance with Seligic and the start of the Great Dragon War.
Wait, how old is he?
Great dragon, what's it?
That's
Dragon
implying.
Wars War.
That's implying
Couple hundred
Seligic.
years.
Yes. He would say Seligic was there at the start of the Great Dragon War.
So either Seligic traveled in time, or Seligic has extended his life unnaturally. Which wouldn't be entirely surprising. There are plenty of examples of wizards going beyond the bounds of death to extend their own lives.
He would say, I think Seligic made a deal with Azoth to extend his years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
In fact, I think he was given a eternal youth, if that makes sense.
Dude, I just realized like Eternal Light, Wizards, and Shadows and everything. This is literally Shadow Wizard money gang.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
We love casting spells.
Ow. I hate that I know that.
Sponsored by the Shadow.
Shadow government.
But yeah, he essentially explains how he believes that Azoth and Seligic made a pact. He also says something interesting to you. To you specifically, Ellyra.
Okay.
He says the first Dragon War wasn't started by a demon or a human, but rather by a black dragon.
That's
Don't
Oh,
jump
good.
at the opportunity. Do not. I'm just gonna shut up.
oh. Fucking goddamn it. Fucking goddamn it, Gap. Try to be serious here.
I can't. It's too serious for me.
What a fucking. You're so strange, just fucking gank you. Anyway, Great God. Lara kind of like pauses for a second and is just like, Black dragons are extraordinarily rare. And even more so, where they do exist tends to be in the Underdark.
He would ask you, have you ever heard of the Council of the Dragons?
Have I?
I'd say
Has
history if you want.
I was gonna say,
if you
have any of us?
if you want to see if you know, I'd say roll a history check.
Bro, I got a 3. I ain't no shit.
Give me a second. DDB is being a bitch.
Yep.
What did Cassius roll?
Yeah, I got a 3.
To click on that one. You got a 3, okay. Goo-dith got
Yeah.
26.
Jesus.
You good?
Hey, give me a sec.
I think he was responding to the 26 roll.
I thought he was having issues with D&D Beyond or Roll20.
I thought he rolled a 1 for a second. I'm like, come on, Ellyra, this is your
Yeah.
shit. I'm like,
I got a 20 total.
All
okay,
right.
good.
So you and Goo would both know this, that when the world was younger, before the Great Dragon War, the Dragon King had a council of dragons, and on this council he wanted one of every I'd say color of dragon, right?
Right.
So there were white,
Classic,
exactly. And they would go over their issues with the lands, right? Like, oh, this is an uprising issue over here, or we have some demons over here that need to be taken care of.
Right.
He would then say, you would know that this council was, on this council was a specific black dragon named Hexagore.
Oh.
I'll put in Roll20 just so it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So like
There you
I would say the moment that like Ellyra has that memory or remembers the name, she does say the name Hexagore.
He says, the very same Hexagore. He would then say, however, Hexagore didn't work alone. He had two hosts with him, a human and a vampire. You might know the vampire that was with him. He would say it's the very vampire matriarch that your mother slew.
I was hoping for a TF2 reference, not gonna lie.
Goo-dith looks at Ellyra. Vampire? So right now she's looking at you kind of as just insight wise. You're the resident vampire What am I trying to think of? The resident source of knowledge in vampires.
How do I put this? Long before I was born, my mother belonged to a vampire coven, the Underdark. And during her time, towards the end of her time spent there, she killed the matriarch, basically the head of the coven there. Coven is basically a collection of vampires ruled by a matriarch or a monarch. Patriarch, I should say. Either a matriarch or a patriarch. And they are one of the most powerful vampires that exists. My mother slew her and fled the Underdark. And we thought that the troubles were over. Though, from the message that I just received earlier, they are far from over.
Goo-dith is going to yell across to the bar. Some more fire whiskey, please.
The bartender just yells out, I got more dragon's fire for you. Coming right up.
Thank you.
He comes over. Four. This time they're not pints. They're like bigger than pints, more like quarts. It's like 4 quarts of dragon fire.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Ellyra just chugs her down. Puts on the table, and you see that she's trying to ease herself a bit because this is a complicated situation, to say the least.
Rod would say, be still, my friend. Know that Vinrath is always judgment upon those that are wretched, or justice towards the he's always justice for the unjust.
Right. Actually, funny. You've seen what I can do, Goo-dith, when I have recently fed.
Yeah.
That is because of what my mother did. Are you going to say?
I was just saying I see. Good.
Yeah. It's a complicated situation, to say the least. If you are determined to help me with the problem back home, I don't know if the vampire we will be facing will be as powerful as his predecessor. If he is, we are in for one hell of a fight.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the odds, I'll be honest.
That's why. I can't just sit by and let Mason do whatever the fuck he wants.
Insert anime
Monster.
insert anime reference. Goo-dith suddenly puffs up her head like All Might. There's no need to worry. We will win.
She pats Goo-dith on the head. I appreciate the confidence. I do appreciate you being here by my side.
Now I need to get that drawn. Goo-dith with all Might head. Of all the characters,
Oh, God, please no.
of all the characters in the party to mess around and do shit, the slime taking on the shape
It's
of
the slide.
yeah, the slime taking on the shape of anime character.
Oh my god. Guess I should explain a little further about, I guess, the ranks, if you will. Vampires come in all several different types. As I mentioned before, you have your matriarchs and patriarchs. Powerful, but they're not the top of the food chain just yet. The ones that create those are the Lords of Sanguine. Newly deified vampires, bordering onto godhood. And just below that are the matriarchs and patriarchs. Below those are regular vampires, dampiers, and even hybrids. When I feed, I become closer to that of a full-fledged vampire, and closer to that of a matriarch. And you have your Nosferatu, which are borderline wild animals in comparison. Savage and always hunger. And your Respawn, which are much weaker but more numerous. Your Fledglings, which are even more numerous but even weaker, like in Frenzy. And your puppets, or thralls. Humans who have fed on vampire blood or are possessed by vampires, that carry some of their traits. Potentially, if anything, Mason might be on the same level as I am, maybe stronger. I don't want to bet on that. I think perhaps because my mother slew his predecessor and stole her power, he never had the chance to truly become a patriarch. Again, I don't know if he had any other way to ascend to a higher level of power.
Rod would say that essentially he doesn't know the true method of ascension that this Mason took. But from what he can gather, he believes there to be a type of phylactery that he used.
Does Goo-dith know anything about phylacteries?
I'd say give me a history on that.
Can I make a religion check to see if I know any weaknesses of a phylactery?
15.
Sure. So, Goo-dith, with your 15, you would know that a phylactery is essentially a storing of souls, most commonly used by liches.
Hey, I store souls.
You're not.
They're in my,
Oh god, you're not a Horcrux.
they're in my stomach.
One at a time, and they get digested.
So
Eh,
Goo-dith
help.
with that knowledge would turn to his name's Rod, right? R-O-D?
R-A-A-D, but yeah,
R-A-A-D,
it's Rod.
that's it. Okay, Rod.
Name
Rad
Rad.
blood.
Phylactery
His name.
like a
His name is Rad.
It's rad.
a
My
phylactery
name is not
is
Rod. It's Rad.
Go home, you're drunk.
so a phylactery like a lich?
Yes. It's quite possible that he fed off of a lich's phylactery, or is feeding off of a lich's phylactery.
That sounds so wrong. I forgot to say that.
That should
But-
not be how that works.
But wouldn't you consume all of it eventually? Like, it has to go somewhere. Like, if he takes it into him and uses it, wouldn't it burn away? You know, laws of energy type things.
In most
No.
cases, yes. However, what if, in this, think of the battery being rechargeable essentially. You go out and you fill it more and more. The more you feed, the more you fill.
I didn't know that worked like that.
That's why he's taking prisoners.
Did Ellyra get anything with? Was that a religion check you did?
Yeah, it's a religion check, but I didn't get anything.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't skip.
I'm willing to do it again if
over
Code
that.
will allow me.
So, Rod would say, there's not a lot of liches in this world. And having a phylactery, that's even rarer. Essentially, which I hope it's not true, he could essentially be amping himself up that way.
A vampire using the techniques of a lich is just something off about that. Something doesn't feel right. I don't know what.
It's the suck of a lifetime.
Oh dear.
That's the show, yeah. Sort of fucking god.
Hey, you know I'm right on this one.
He would say, he would hold out his hand and say, if you wish to see something that is truly not right, that might have caused this, take hold of my hands, and I will share my insight with you.
I do so.
I better not be in this damn fantasy.
Just there off in the corner somehow.
Does Goo-dith or Cassius also attempt to hold hands and see what he's talking about?
I didn't know it was
Um,
offered to me. I will.
Okay.
Are you sure? Okay, I'll do it.
So as you grab his hands, you feel a steady calm as thoughts race past you. You see quick flashes of planets in the solar system and like the stars. And as you are being driven into a set location, you would see Hexagore talking to did we ever give the female vampire matriarch a name?
I don't think so.
Come up with one real quick, huh?
I mean, if nothing, I was just gonna go with Selena.
Alright, that's fair.
You would see Hexagore talking to Selena, the vampire matriarch. You would see papers everywhere, making notes of the phylactery, and using the phylactery to essentially gain power. In this case, the phylactery not being a what's it called? Not being a containment case, but rather a wearable phylactery. Almost like a gemstone.
That's a heads up. If you guys were hear me breathe kind of loud or some wrench noises, I had to fix my chair. My chair just decided to drop a screw the moment I sit down on it.
I was wondering what that was.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm over
I'll
here
be
like, oh
right-
shit.
Right back and use the bathroom.
Okay.
Now, only to find out the screw is actually broken, but it's holding together. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna mess with it. I just ended up tightening up every other screw. Otherwise, I was gonna be screwed without a chair.
You really screwed the pooch on that one.
Oh yes, I did. Oh my goodness gracious! I look a fucking tiny Tina. I'm over here like trying to adjust the badunkadunk chair.
Oh, with your 15, you would know that Selena was a really evil vampire matriarch. And she was known for being ruthless towards her towards people in general, both human and vampire, and also every other race that would come across her.
Mm-hmm.
Is she single?
She's dead.
Oh. Resurrection spell will do just fine.
Oh dear.
I'm kidding.
I mean, resurrection only lasts after a certain amount of time after the person's dead. True resurrection doesn't matter.
True resurrection doesn't
think
matter.
I think true resurrection is still limited by if they died of natural causes.
Yeah, but if they're murdered,
Ooh, you went robotic for me.
Did someone die of natural causes? Well, I say gravity, but you pushed him. That's still a natural cause. But mostly you would notice that she's a very ruthless, or she was a very ruthless woman.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for Ronan to come back so I can.
Yeah, I know.
Kinda like-
I was just trying to think of what to chat about while we wait for him to return.
So how about them raised, y'all?
I don't know. I'm not in right now with you guys. So I'm chilling.
Mm.
Big chillin'.
Chilling.
I apologize for the little delay, viewers, because bathroom breaks.
Yeah. When nature calls, it's best to pick up the phone.
Yes.
Better to-
Things tend to
Never
get
mind.
soggy and stinky.
Otherwise, you're really gonna like hurt your bladder, hurt your like intestines.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, what doesn't kill you today is gonna eat your ass tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The day's coming.
Sorry about that.
You know,
My stomach just started to explode for no reason.
Yep, nope.
it's all good, dude.
We get it.
We were just bullshitting for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's our usual normal.
Yeah. But you would see in this vision, you'd see Hexagore talking to Selena. You would see like notes scattered everywhere about how to manipulate a phylactery for vampiric ascension, essentially.
Okay.
You would also see Seligic.
Oh, Seligic too?
Seligic is in this area.
Well, Seligic was the human that Hexagore was working with.
Yes. Also, you would notice another figure with them. A demon.
Demon.
Mm-hmm.
Is it familiar in any way, or is it?
I will say yes. You've never seen the demon's true shape before, but from the way that this demon talks, it is the demon that you met, that what lived inside of the sword, or inside the book.
Okay,
Might as well be the same thing now.
So something about it triggers a familiarity to that.
Yeah, so the way that the demon talks is very similar to how the demon in the book also uh was known to behave, or his mannerisms, if that makes sense.
Okay.
The thing that really reminds you is that if you looked in his hand, you would see the dagger, the one that was inside the book.
Is it held in his hand or is it like part of him?
It is held in his hands.
Okay.
In his other hand, he is holding a heart.
Does it look like any species that I would recognize the heart?
Let's see. What kind of check would that be?
Medicine, maybe?
Yeah, go ahead
That's
and
a-
give medicine.
19.
You would notice this would be a dragon's heart.
Holy crap.
Oof. That's not good.
So right now we're just in a vision trip, right? We're not like
Yeah, you're
communicating?
just in a vision.
Okay.
I mean, you can communicate to each other, but nothing around you is going to communicate with you.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
That looks like a dragon's heart. Though I couldn't tell you what kind of dragon it came from.
Rod would tell you that is the heart of the first Dragon King.
I thought that was the case. Of course. Shadow Dragon betrayed its own king.
And he would show you little glimpses as to the phylactery being attempting to be made, all the way to the point where your mom kills the matriarch.
So Mason completed the work. He completed what his predecessor wasn't able to.
Most likely.
Son of a bitch.
You would hear Rod say, the scales of justice are slightly tipping out of favor.
Slightly.
Are the scales ever actually in balance, though?
There was a balance at one point.
And there will be balance again.
The problem is that due to all of the bullshit, there's no way to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to even bother to. That Hexagore, Azoth, Selena, the demon Azoth, all of them have been tipping the scales heavily in their own favor, throwing everything out of line. Benrath, who's supposed to help keep the order, is silent. Winria is trapped in some sort of form of purgatory or something or other. I don't even fucking know anymore.
That's right. I don't know what that was about, but the shimmering light of her standing next to Gabe, that was interesting. I thought driving away, I guess it's not Siligic Void. I thought sending him away would have brought her back.
Rod would say it's most likely she was sealed somewhere. Not in the same type of seal as the first god, but in a possibly a ziggurat of some sort.
In a zipper twat?
Ellyra face palms.
Ellyra did what?
Ellyra face palms.
Oh, face palms.
There you go, Good. You're learning.
So, just to circle back to that real briefly, the letter that Void carried on him said his instructions were to destroy the thrones. I'm guessing those are the seals. What would have happened if he had succeeded?
I would imagine an apocalypse.
The images.
The first god would run rampant. Whether or not Siligic was going to control him or not still remains to be unanswered. But with the scales out of balance and the first god running rampant, it's quite possible he would have attempted to destroy the entire world.
I look at Ellyra. You said apocalypse. That is basically what Vinrath showed me.
Vinrath showed you?
Yes. Oh, that's right. You were distracted when I was checking out the thrones. I saw images of, well, basically before Divinia. The blood red moon, destruction. It was extremely ominous. Go ahead.
You'll notice that Ellyra's jaw is clenching.
You'll break your teeth if you do that.
It should have been me.
No, it's not that. Fuck. Well, look on the bright side. We managed to at least put a stop to the plans here, at least for the time being. And if we can somehow take down Mason, which I would imagine that taking him down the phylactery is the key. We have to be able to destroy it. will slowly be taking the scales back to the balance that it needs to be.
Every battle leads the scales back one direction, whether it's ahead or behind. It is all about, is the justice being dealt? Basically, he would say, like, to those who are to be judged, they would stand before his throne, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Deus Volt?
I'm not fool enough to believe that all evil can be eradicated or destroyed. After all, without evil, there will be no good. And vice versa.
Well, without evil, there's no balance. And isn't your order
Exactly.
about balance?
It
As I
is.
said. Yeah. But what I really want, more than anything at the moment, is to at least put my sword through the heart of those that we've just seen.
Rod would say, without
sorry.
them, the scales would finally be balanced yet again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
That's kind of the whole thing with Unraveling. Like all things need to be balanced.
Hmm.
Liz, please, Miss Vendra, don't snap your fingers. I have a. Ah!
I don't even know if Unrav is a dude or a woman. They're probably genderless.
Venrath would be a dude.
I thought she was a she. Oh fuck! Because Vendra just sounds like a girly name.
Venrath?
Yeah.
Dang. Venrath's a
To be
dude.
fair, you're the same person who thought Venrav was Vinria.
Yeah.
Hey, I was hungry. Okay, Virya sounds really good.
Was that like a taco or something?
It's a really
I-
really good tasty meat that takes at least like 9 hours to prepare.
I'm sorry, that was a joke
That
too.
sounds like
That was a joke
That sounds like I did.
referencing a particular colored taco. I'm not going further.
It's just, you'll fall in love the moment you try it, like I did. Oh, dude, it's just really good,
I'll have
especially with melted cheese.
I'll have to look that up. Is that a Mexican dish?
That's a Mexican dish. Don't fucking well. You can do it if you want, but I say do it at home,
Okay.
because that way you can increase or lower the salt levels.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good call.
That's
Good
true.
point.
Yeah. Because some places may give it like a fuck ton of salt, some places just give no salt at all.
Mm.
Hmm.
I get ya. I'll have to look it up and give it a try.
Yeah.
God,
Rod
we
says
already heard over the group.
Rod says to you all, if the time should ever arise to where you need my aid, you can use this to call me. And he hands you a single stone with what looks like a dagger standing upwards on the from the pommel, and a lightning bolt going across the tip, balanced across.
Goo-dith reaches
I
out
look
to
at it.
grab
I look
it.
at him. Well, he handed it to who exactly?
He was just holding out and said, "If you all ever need to call me." So whoever wanted to grab it, can grab it.
More or less, Goo-dith is trying to be sneaky, grabby hands and trying to snatch it real quick.
Judith, you could probably just grab it.
The rogue is not around. The items are safe.
So if nobody stopped her from grabbing it, she's gonna just snatch it quick, kind of look at it, lick it, and then listen to it. Hello?
I'm sorry, what?
She plucks the stone out of your hand after you do that. It just looks like that's not how that's used. And she'll like wipe your slug off of it.
Flaming Goo-liva.
Goliva.
Goliva?
That sounds like Goo-dith's sister.
Goliath, my sister. Hey, what's up, good? What's up, Goliath?
But so she'll look at the symbol on it, look at Rod, look back at the symbol, look at him again, and it's just like, this is what I think it is, isn't it?
What do you think it is?
I'm thinking it's his symbol. Like not you know like how Vinrath has his symbol?
Like a
This
holy
is
mark?
Rod's. Yeah, this is his holy mark.
He says, keen as always. But seriously though, if you ever need me, just feel free to use it.
I appreciate that. I also appreciate that even on your way to godhood, you're still a bit of a showboat, aren't you?
I mean, as long as it's justified.
Good seeing you again, Rod.
Great seeing you too. I must continue my journey searching for Venrath. He begins to walk away. And as he walks away, you see him slowly ascend. And like thunder, he is gone.
Oh, my dear Rad, the boy of thunder, walking off like glorious something, something. I'll have to workshop that.
Always has to make an exit and an entrance. Some things never change.
Gabriel, we're going to cut over to you real fast. What are you doing?
What is it? The temple of where the elf girl was, the elf priest or whatever.
So, you're still around the Temple of the Three Gods?
No,
Essentially?
I went back to the main temple that we before, and I just had their people just examine me, while also picking up Cheyenne.
You do realize that the only people that probably would see you are followers of Vinrath or Winria, and thus would not help you with removing the tier.
It was worth it. It's still worth a
Actually-
shot.
You know what? I can work with this. I can work with this. All right. So you are. I'm gonna roll a die real fast. If I roll a 1, it's gonna be Winria. 2 is gonna be Venrath. 3 is gonna be Azoth, and 4 is gonna be like an
What do I prefer?
an undisclosed god, like a random god. And I'm gonna make this a non-GM roll so you can see it. Okay.
Okay. Ooh, would you like me to go into detail with for the future, like the ice or a fire form, or nah? Depending on who got the lens on.
You landed on Azoth.
Oh, Destiny.
Oh, Destiny, that bullshit.
So
Like
I'm gonna say you make your
Destiny
way through the
Devacha from high school.
town.
Sorry.
I dated her one time. I'm just kidding. But you make your way through town, and it's a really big town. So like, you're still probably winded after the battle, trying to figure out left from right. And you walk into a temple of Azoth.
Oh god.
There's only 2 people in this temple at this time. One looks like a priest, and the other looks like a student of the priest, if that makes sense, like a scholar.
Oh god. Okay, I actually have to behave here. Fuck. Okay.
You would have had to behave in the other two as well.
Anyways. Greetings, Father. I request your humble aid.
Ah, yes. What seems to be the spiritual dilemma that you are seeking today?
I ate Winry's tears.
I'm sorry, you did what?
I ate her tears and now I can hear her voice.
Wouldn't you rather be talking to one of Winria's then if you ate her tears?
They will most likely just say to keep it inside me. I want it out. I don't want to hear her voice.
Huh. Interesting. Have a seat on this table. And he actually like clears off the altar for you to lay on.
I'll lay on the altar for now. Still being a little bit suspicious of the priest.
Then he returns with lobotomy tools.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. It's the one thing in.
I was
Baldur's
actually
Gate.
worse than what's already wrong with it.
It's the one thing
So-
that I can only think of in Baldur's Gate. Sorry, go ahead.
So the priest starts out by opening your mouth and attempting to reach inside of your mouth and go into your stomach that way, trying to grab the seer. To his surprise, and to yours as well, he can barely get his hand deep enough in your mouth.
Well, at least buy me dinner, priest. Jesus.
You know, if he had
he says, "I have an idea, but I might need you to drop your pants a little bit."
Oh hell no.
Gabriel just starts running out of there.
if
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
if he had come to a particular slime, she probably could have reached down his throat with a little pseudopod.
No, thank you.
No, he would have liked that a little too much. But he's like, you know what? He looks at the scholar next to him and he says, "You got anything for this?" Scholar kind of pushes up his glasses, gives like a. Have you ever seen Full Metal Alchemist Abridged, or not abridged? Full Metal Alchemist: The Brotherhood.
Oh no.
When
Which
Miles
scene?
Hughes is like talking to the kids who might possibly eventually date his daughter, and he pulls out a gun.
He pulls
No, I
out a
don't-
fucking gun.
Did he just pull out a fucking gun?
He does not have a gun, but he pulls out a crossbow. He says, "Open wide."
I just snatched the crossbow from his hand. I came here for real help, not some mediocre people that don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I thought you guys are supposed to be holy and all that stuff.
Sounds to me like you need a doctor, not a priest or a scholar.
It's some holy thing. It's not something a doctor can just check out. It's like, call me in the morning.
You know there's someone in the party who worked as a doctor, right?
No idea, honestly.
You don't think Gabriel's been paying attention enough for any of that shit?
Nope.
The guy with a +6 in medicine.
I love that also Gabriel went to the fucking Azov temple, realized it was the Azov temple, and then was like, I thought you guys were supposed to be holy and some shit. Like, the fuck part of anything there would tell you that they're holy.
Also
to
a
be-
+6 in
to-
survival. He knows how to make you throw up.
To be fair, it was by chance from Decode. I was going to go to the other temple. Anyways, though, listen, I don't know what kind of spiritual mumbo jumbo is going on. I heard her voice. I don't want to hear her voice because if I heard her once, I'm not gonna be able to hear her again. Can you just, I don't know, give me some object, some blessing or something like that? You know, something to just block her out.
We only give blessings to followers of Azov.
Well, here's the thing. I used to be a follower, until I got forced into Windria.
A follower, you say? Interesting. Do you even know Azov's favorite color?
It's black.
Wrong. It's actually green.
I thought that was during the summer.
Wrong. He loves the fall.
Look, I didn't even get to do much. All I know is the moment I got the blessing, next thing I know, I am stuck with Windrias, and I don't know anymore. I just want this tear out of me.
Well, there is a way.
If you say puking, I already tried.
No, it does not involve puking.
Okay, and he sits down with his legs crossed, like crisscross applesauce. What's the thing?
He says, as he goes beneath the altar, there is a sickle that is glowing various different shades of purple and black. We only use this on the strong cases and on our sacrifices.
Can
But
I
it
can I
should.
can I see that sickle, please?
Sure.
Is this a cursed sickle?
It's something. I wouldn't say curse, more like magical sickle.
What kind of magic?
Dark magic.
You're really pining for that fucking curse item.
I'll ask the priest what does the sickle do?
It can essentially cross between dimensions.
What do you mean cross between dimensions?
He says, "You see this safe over here?" And he points you across the way where there's a safe.
Yeah.
He says, "All right, I'm gonna put this apple in this safe."
Okay.
And he says, I'm gonna take the sickle real fast and show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
He grabs the sickle from you, walks over to the safe, he gives it a slash You notice that the safe itself is intact. However, when he opens it, the apple inside the safe is cut in half.
Interesting. That's actually amazing. Do you mind if I do it on myself? Like, since I know where the tier is located.
Do you? Are you sure it didn't go into your intestines or possibly your butthole? You never know.
Jesus, no, I believe I know where it is.
Just fucking cut open your kidneys because you missed it.
And he's
You know
just
what?
like,
Be my guest. Here, you can try it. Try and get it out yourself.
Okay.
This time he has to make a medicine check.
I was just gonna say that sounds like a medicine check coming up.
Hold on.
Actually,
I would like to roll a deception check.
a deception? For what?
You'll see in a minute.
Oh, I know what he's gonna do.
All right. Go ahead and give deception.
Oh shit, did I lost?
Fucking damn it.
11.
Just so you know, he rolled higher on his insight. By 1. He rolled 12 on his insight.
And you roll fucking 12. All I know is that my dice just decided to plop into a fucking 6. It didn't even fucking roll. Anyway, I'll still proceed with it. I try to confuse him and the scholar, saying that there's something in the shadow, and I don't know what that is.
He looks but does not
Check.
fully turn his attention away from you because he does not trust you.
Father, you said this is Aesop's temple, right?
Yes.
Are shadows common in this place?
Sometimes. They come and go. Kind of like the morning and setting sun. Or the rising moon.
What about shadow creatures?
Only one's ever been here.
I used to have a shadow creature. Their name was Rappy. Is there a way I could get them back?
I don't know what this Rappy is. But as for shadow creatures, the only one I know that actually makes those is Azoth himself.
What do you mean the man himself makes the shadow creatures?
Well, what do you think the shadow creatures are made out of?
Your own shadow?
Not quite. They are made of the souls of the dead. Whether it be demon, human, whatever the fuck you are.
I don't even know anymore. I've been reading this species book. Apparently, I'm related to Hellhound, but also as Ice Wolf. I'm like in the middle. I don't even know.
So much. Gotcha.
Sure, why not?
So yeah, the shadow creatures only come from Azoth.
Is there a way to contact him?
Well, there's a few different ways.
I'm assuming they're all ritual, right? Hmm. I see. Give me a minute, Father, and I'll be right back, okay?
Yep.
And then you just walk.
But I'm gonna hold on to the sickles.
Damn it!
You think you're slick, bitch?
I say like, I'm just gonna borrow this for a minute. I'll bring it right back, sir. I promise. I really want this tear out of my system.
The sickle stays in this church.
I would like to persuade him.
Persuasion is not mind control. Even if you
I'm
get a
not-
nat 20, more than likely.
I'm not gonna mind
It's not
control it.
gonna
It's more like I'm trying to persuade him to let me take the sickle and the mindset that I'm gonna
but
come
the
back.
thing is that persuasion is not mind control. Even if you got a nat 20 on it.
I'm not trying to
Okay,
mind
hold
control
up,
him. I'm trying to
hold up.
persuade him.
This is a valid use of persuasion.
It is.
All right.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
I'm about to roll a natural 1 or 9. Oh my god, a 20.
He says, you can hold the sickle as long as you are in the church building. If you leave the church, the doors will attempt to close before you can walk out.
It's night right now, huh?
Yes, it would be about nighttime right now.
Well, you like to bed, Father. You look like a betting man yourself.
Betting's all right. What's your wager?
If I can get the sickle out of the temple, I get to keep the sickle. And I would like some information about Aesel, if that will be okay. I don't know much about the man. All I know is he gave me a shadow pit at one time, and I was aligned with him. And next thing I know, everything was taken away. So I would like to know a little bit more.
Okay, but if I win, you will become a devout follower of Azoth.
I'll become a priest like you. How about that? A traveling priest.
Okay, but I get to shave your ears.
I don't. You can't. Unfortunately, it just grows back. It's annoying.
He's basically saying that like he's gonna buzz your head.
I
You
know.
know.
I know. Yeah. But dog fur actually fucking grows really fucking quickly, and it's fucking annoying, especially when they shed.
This is true.
Yeah.
But he says, you know what? All right. I'll take you up on that bet.
All right. And then
Um,
I approach the door, but still being like what 20 feet away, so it doesn't close.
Well, you don't know what point the door closes. He just said if you try to run away or try to leave the building with the sickle, the doors
With the
will close.
signal. Okay. I'm gonna test it out first. What about what happens at 20 feet? Nothing.
Nothing too crazy happens.
What about at 15?
Nothing.
I would like to throw Solstice Fang outside the temple.
All right. You throw the solstice fang outside the temple.
And since it's night, I can teleport to it.
Oh, that's true. You can do that.
Making me the winner of this bet.
Or is something about to happen?
There's one shot by the door. Mid
Guess what? What kind of check
I
you want me
need-
to do, brother?
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit!
I got a 10. I almost got a 20.
You notice that you cannot teleport outside. There is a flash of lightning, or not lightning, but of like, there's a flash against the door, kind of like a bug to the bug zappers.
Like a flash on the door, correct?
Like a bug.
So like you are trying to teleport out. There
Yes.
is a like a black flash, if that makes sense. You
Like
you're thrown back, and it's kind of like watching like a moth go to a bug zapper.
that is funny as hell. As I fall back, I use the sickle by stabbing it on the ground and then just slide back, trying to compose myself, and then get up.
Acrobatics on that one.
Acrobatics? Oh my god. Watch me roll my fucking only 20. Oh, motherfucker.
What?
22.
All right, so you do it.
Is the door magic, sir?
I mean, you are inside of Azoth's temple. It's not really magic. It's like divine sanctuary.
Ah, I see. So nobody can get out from the door with the sickle unless he says so, huh?
More or less.
Will you care opening that window over there, Father, please?
Sure thing. He goes over to open the window.
I try the same thing with Solstice, just pulling my hand out, letting it come back to my hand, and then throwing it out the window and try to teleport out the window.
All right. When you do this, I need another Constitution saving throw.
13. It just flopped. I didn't even get to see it spin.
So, as you do this, you notice the window slams shut. A black flash appears, and you're thrown back again.
I'm just gonna do this.
I also love to say that I
That's
just love
sick.
the fact that he said out the door and he was like window.
Out the window! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go fall on my ass from out the window. I fell acrobatics. I couldn't look cool that time. I just fall.
All right, so you skid across the floor.
Ugh, damn it. I
It
got.
seems like I'm winning this bet.
It seems so, Father. I got 2 more places that I can think of. Is there a belt here?
A what?
A bell?
There would be no bell, no.
Electric bell.
There will be no bell. What about a roof? Is there like a sunroof thing going on?
No sunroof, but like there are areas of stained glass.
Okay, so floor window, roof window. I imagine there's still catacombs in this place, right?
There would be, yes.
There would be, yes. And the bed consists of getting this sickle outside the temple, correct?
Yeah, the sickle has to go outside the temple.
Doesn't specify what type of outside.
I thought the bell was out the door.
Well, it has to be. You have to be on the outside of the building, essentially.
Outside of the building. So there's a window on the roof, correct?
More or less, it's more like looking at a stained glass window. It's a window, but it's not going to open.
I will throw the sword at the window, and then I give the priest 10 golds. Like, this is for the window, real quick.
Imagine it bounces off.
Okay.
And then I just throw the sword through the window, breaking the window, and trying to teleport through there.
Roll damage for the window.
Shit. Okay, like actual damage.
Yeah, actual damage. And then after that, give me a
I rolled 17.
dex save.
And
On the
then
damage?
you have chance to hit.
Because with the 17 damage to the window's going to break. However, because it's going to fall, you have to make sure that you're not going to get hit by any of the stray shards.
Okay, so it hits, and then I rolled a 26 for dexterity.
All right, so you break the stained glass window on the top of the building, and you avoid all the shards.
And then now the Solstice Fang has passed through the window, I try to teleport to it.
As you try to teleport, I need another Constitution save.
Fucking hell, what is with my luck today? 11.
With your 11, you plop down like a pancake. And it pushes you back.
I roll at 17 of acrobatics, and then midway of me falling down, I will like to throw the sword one more time and try to attempt it one more time before giving up.
All right, throw the sword.
Okay.
Then give a con save. Where are you throwing exactly? Through the stained glass roof?
That doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, so you basically just try to teleport. You get zapped. Pancake.
Alright, I accept defeat.
Well, looks like you're gonna sign up for Azoth again.
Sure,
What
but
is
I don't.
Indria thinking about this?
I don't even know when Rindria's like talking to me, or she might be observing me. No, right? Yes or no?
You would see her kind of like, what's it called? Where she's like shrugging, kind of like pinching her nose, kind of turning her head left and right, like out of just disappointment.
Just
What
imagine
in the-
imagine what Ellyra would look like. That's probably Vinera.
What in the hell? Can you not see her, father? She's right there.
What are you talking about?
She's there.
Are you schizo?
A little bit, but no. This time is not. Is not that thing. She's there. She.
He's a little bit
Gabriel's definitely schizo.
This is not an episode. She's there. She's looking at me. She's disappointed, and I don't know why, but I'm actually proud of that.
He comes over, grabs the sickle, and says, "Well, you try to take it out, but here, let me try to take that tear out of you with this thing real fast."
No. It's fine. I'll deal with it somehow.
I mean, you could always just, pass it tomorrow or something.
I don't think that's gonna work. I think it's like stuck in there somewhere, like lodged into the flesh. Regardless, do you not see her?
I see nothing. I just see you pointing to like dead air, a brick wall.
A brick wall.
Speaking of which, starting tomorrow, you are going to clean up this mess.
I did just pay you, so
Yes, but I'm also going to have you clean it. You did break my stained glass roof.
fair enough. I'll just do it right now before I leave. And do you have the stuff by chance?
Like a broom and bucket or dustpan?
Not a bucket.
Not a bucket.
PTSD.
I forgot you get PTSD buckets.
Yes,
I
PTSD.
forgot about that shit.
The bucket mimic. I need a bucket mimic drawing. I badly
Yes.
need that drawn.
By the way, for any chatters who don't know, in a previous session, one of the earlier sessions actually,
it was like session
there,
4 or 5.
yeah, it was like one of the earliest sessions.
Oh,
There was a scene in which Gabriel and the group found a bunch of bearded devils, and they fucking Gabriel said he had to use the bathroom. They didn't know what that was, so they gave him a bucket. And when he sat on it, it turned out to be a mimic. So if you ever want to traumatize D&D players, toilet mimics are always the best way.
This is the bucket, dear God. There's no.
You know what? If I get that art of a bucket mimic, it's gonna become an emote on the channel.
No.
Same.
absolutely. Do that.
Same.
It's just a bucket mimic with the fucking tentacles out, one like 2-3 eyes out, and this Gabriel running away like Aqua style from Konosuba.
I just picture. So with that scene, I just pictured like Gabriel sitting on the bucket, pants down. Then he like gets up and doesn't even pull his pants up, right? And he just gets a tentacle just rubbed right down the middle of his butt crack.
It's so
See, I
clean.
thought it was more
Oh,
of like
no. I
I
had
it was more of like it like basically smacked his ass so hard that it almost like ripped it off.
actually
Yes.
that's actually what kind of happened. He didn't even actually use the bucket. He just put it upside down so he can sneak away and see what was down on the other side. But when he actually sat on the bucket upside down, the bucket actually smacked him because he sat down on it the wrong way.
It would have smacked you in general, even if you sat on the right way.
Is there right ready to stand on a mimic or sit on a mimic? Man, words suck.
I don't know. Let's go ask Fenrir or Fenrir, whatever you want to call her.
Fenrir?
The one
Mhm.
elf chick that finds mimics like it's
She looks
Oh,
inside.
Flirty.
She looks the free run. She looks inside of them for magic books.
magic book. Yeah,
Oh.
she knows how to handle mimics.
That's the
More than
exact.
one way.
That's the kind of elf that you can fall in love with.
Oh yeah. Anyways, no, I'll ask the priest for like the robe and then the book I'm supposed to tell people. As promised, I will become a priest, a traveling priest, but we never specify under what jurisdiction or how am I supposed to do it. I did say I will, and a deal is a deal, but I just want the stuff first, and then I'll do what I can after.
First, he hands you a broom and dustpan to clean up the glass.
First part of training.
First part of training. Day one,
First-
and no, day one, and it's the only day.
If you want to be a good leader, clean.
Yes, sir. But since I'm gonna go be spreading outside the word of Asolf, the sickle will actually be a great weapon to defend myself. Cause
You're not
right
taking the
now,
sickle.
Hold on, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Because right now everything is flooded with Windria and Vindria, and the other god thingamajigger's people. So the moment I start doing it, I'm gonna have to defend myself somehow.
Your sword seems pretty trustworthy for that.
Believe me, my sword has a mind of its own, and it doesn't like me, and I don't like her. Her,
What are you
her.
talking about? Your sword keeps coming back to you, so it must be really liking you.
No, it does it because I get pissed off whenever they come back to me.
The sword is clingy.
The sword is clean. Priest, I'm assuming you used to had a girlfriend before you became a priest.
You do know priests are not allowed to get married here, right?
I know, I understand, but before you even became a priest, I'm assuming in your younger years you were a stud that captivated many ladies, right?
No.
Now would be
No.
a good time for a sound alert of dropping pipes.
Yeah.
Lol. Lamau.
Wow, what do you mean? What do you mean? No, you never been in a relationship, priest.
It's against the code.
What about you, Mr. Scholar over there?
He would say, I'm not a priest, but women don't like nerds.
Damn.
That's untrue. That is so untrue.
Oh.
Well,
Oh my.
specifically
Of all
him.
places, you ended up in the church with the incels.
He would just approach the scholar, put his hand on his shoulder, and be like, "I am so sorry."
Yeah, it's just so funny. Like, out of all the churches you had gone to, you went to the one with the fucking incels, and of course, Azov's followers are incels.
Oh my god.
Why do you think they follow him?
I need a
Exactly.
minute.
They
I
want
need a
death
minute.
to their bullies.
Oh, I need a minute. I really need a minute. I am so
I
sorry.
think I broke him.
Yeah,
You did.
Okay.
I think you did.
Okay.
I think he broke him
Okay.
worse than Critical Role broke Matt.
I'm over here trying to keep a straight face
Achievement.
in the fucking character, but like the Church of the Insults, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much where you walked into the Church of the Incels.
Oh fuck. Okay, I got this. Hold on. Well, just imagine, when you eat some very very bad meat and it just keeps hitting you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you, but now when it's something important, but once you're like at your own personal time, it just keeps hitting you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. Let's use that as an example.
I don't get what you're throwing down, you would say.
The sword is mean to me and doesn't like me. The only reason it comes back to me is because they want to keep an eye on me. That's all.
Is that a deception check?
I would say
I-
that is a deception.
I don't even think that's actually being deceptive.
Oh, you know
He's
what?
not
It,
trying to
probably,
lie
it might
to him.
not be. It might not be a deception check because that might be what Gabriel himself genuinely.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
okay, if Gabriel himself genuinely believes it, then yeah, it's not a deception.
It will be more like a persuasion check at that point.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm gonna say just give me a straight charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Charisma. Shit, I haven't used that in a long ass fucking time. I want to say.
That's
what
a
though?
charisma save, not
8?
a charisma roll. Just click your charisma.
No,
Or,
I'm saying it is actual charisma roll, not a
Yeah.
save.
Oh,
He's not saving
okay.
against charisma. It's literally just him rolling charisma.
that's a pretty good check. There,
Oh, there you
looked
go.
like 18.
18.
All right, with an 18, he would be like, you know, I kind of understand your sword, but you must have it really, really hard.
Let's say this: if I meet any of the other followers from the other gods, the sword will refuse to obey me, and it will not let me draw it or even use it. So I need something that is powerful like the sickle, at least for temporarily, in order for actually defend myself with.
That would definitely be a deception check.
Yeah, that one actually.
Oh
Because
shit!
you can draw the
So-
sword when you're around people from
Well,
other things.
yeah,
You've drawn the sword around Ellyra.
I do have a question on that though.
That
Would he
be-
legitimately know that though? Or does it, if he
No.
convinced himself of it, would it just say?
To be fair, and in his head, that sounds more logical because the sword is a holy relic from the other gods, like quote unquote good gods. So trying to draw it and trying to use like damage against it, he thinks he most likely is gonna be damaging himself or something along those lines. By the way, I rolled an 18.
But you said specifically, I can't even draw the sword against them, which isn't true. But you can't draw your sword when around them, which said you drawn the sword while you were right next to Ellyra.
No, like I meant by draw is and like use it for like attacking and stuff like that, not actually like drawing it out to show it, you know?
Wording is important.
Fair enough. But yeah,
Words
I
have
rolled it.
meaning.
Yes,
Alright.
these words have a lot of meaning. I don't even know. I'm winging it, half of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
He says, give me 2 days. I might have something for you to use.
I don't think I'll have 2 days, sir. If I'm really gonna do this and if I'm really gonna commit for this, and I'm assuming you want me to commit for this since I lost the bet and I'm willing to do it, I gonna need that sickle. Otherwise, I'll be killing like less than 24 hours.
I'm pretty sure that's a deception check.
That one is deception because you know you're not gonna.
I
die.
don't think so. Cause if I go on full on priest roles with ASOS branding and stuff like that, and then try to like spread the quote unquote word,
Ellyra
most
will
likely I will
definitely
kill
kill
him.
him.
Yeah,
Ellyra will absolutely murder him, and I
So
don't
it's
even
not-
think it's to save him.
it's not even a deception check. He's actually telling the truth at that point.
Mm,
I mean, he never said you had to wear the robes.
Yeah, but if in my mind, if I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna go and get the full outfit.
All right. So he says, "How about this? You come back tomorrow afternoon, and I'll have something for you." I can't give you the sickle because, as you've seen, the sickle cannot leave this building.
It's a bounded to the building.
It is bound to the building.
Oh fuck. Okay. Oh.
That's why you were gonna fail the bet to begin with.
Oh, it was. God damn it. Fair enough.
The game was rigged from the start.
The game was rigged from the fucking start, man.
never trust the god of death.
Actually,
Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I don't know how long ago that was, but I will hydrate right now.
I might have something for you to work with. And then I'll hand him my +3 dagger and put it on the table. Maybe it's not the same as the sickle, but maybe you can bless it in order to do something like the sickle.
Yeah, we could probably do something with this.
For example, if you want some specifics, I would like to be able to cut distance by slash in the air with this. Like for example, you see when my sword, if I throw it, I can teleport to it. But what if I want someone to come to me? Will you be able to do that with the dagger?
That might be hard because one, you'd have to hit the target, and two, it's easier to go to the target than to have the target come to you.
Sometimes that is true, but what if I want to slash the air and I want something to come to me? For example, let's say the apple is in the safe and I slash the air, then the apple just comes to me on like cutting the space between the apple and me.
He's like, that's not how I cut the apple, though.
No, no, it's like cutting the space, not the apple itself. It's like for example, you grab this dagger, and then you cut the air, and then all of a sudden the apple is just in front of you, because you cut the space between the apple and yourself. Think about it as the hand from JoJo.
I am, but like,
That's not
it's
how that
kind of
works.
hard to make that work in D&D.
Oh
It's
shit!
extremely hard to make that work in D&D.
And you basically
Also,
need a
that's
little
overpowered as
teleportation.
hell.
That is true. Yeah. What if the dagger just gives me like a +2, 3 on on sneaking around? Just call it the shadow dagger or something like that. Is that more simple than my idea?
I mean, that is simple. He would
That is
say,
what.
I would say, if you want something like that, he would probably say, I will. Honestly, if I had a little bit more time to work on this, I would have something for you. But seeing as like it's on the spot for it, he would say, what if instead of a sneak attack damage thing, you turn into a shadow for up to 40 feet. You can, like, essentially in dimly lit areas, you could like go you can like merge with the shadows around you, right? And instead of teleportation, it would be like 3 charges of like, I'd call it shadow scrawling, where essentially you can, like, in dark enough areas, you can like use the darkness around you to move around, including on walls and ceilings.
Dude, that actually sounds so fucking cool.
But you only get 3 charges on the dagger.
Is it per day or per combat or per?
So it would have to be each dawn it would recharge. So in the mornings it would recharge, at night it and like if you use it before nighttime, you only get those 3 charges, and then you have to wait till the following morning to actually
Use it completely. So at dawn is infinite, at night is infinite, but in the middle you have 3 charges, and if you use all the
No.
charges,
no.
no.
So you get 3 charges in total, but
Okay.
it recharges at dawn.
Got it.
So you can use it during the day. However, you can't use it in bright light areas. It has to be in very dimly lit areas.
That actually sounds pretty cool, not gonna lie. Okay.
It does.
He says that it'll take a couple hours to make it to enchant it to that, but they would have it done probably by the morning.
Thank you, Father. Also, while we were talking this whole time with my tail, I was sweeping the floor for you. If you had like something to throw this glass in, that would be appreciated.
I mean, he did give you a dustpan.
Oh, well, I just with the tail I use it, just scoosh it over to the dustpan. There you go.
I feel like you would cut your tail.
I feel like there'd be all these like shards of glass in his tail.
Probably.
Imagine it would be like a special attack, like fucking Pokemon. Use tail swap, just a bunch of shards of glass in someone's face.
I feel like that would be a double-edged sword, but you could do it.
Because it would
I
force
imagine.
those shards deeper in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but keep
I-
in mind it's just fur. That's it. It's hair. I mean, if you like,
there's still
shake it long enough.
there's still flesh, meat, and bone underneath.
Yeah, the
your
fur has to
man.
attach to something.
it can still be long. But yeah, that's how he was
Yeah.
doing it. Well, to not waste time.
Also, damn, that's a long freaking tail.
It does have a
Yeah.
long freaking tail. Do you guys want me to pull out the ref again?
No, I mean
Maybe later.
later. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know some dogs have some really long tails.
Usually,
Yeah.
the amount of dog hair they fucking shed is not even funny.
Mm.
Like, if you don't brush
Speaking
that
of-
tail is just horrible.
It was actually
Speaking
kind
of which, I feel like
funny.
Gabriel will be shedding right now.
Not actually shit. Well, maybe.
Might be.
Yeah, and in a way, mostly around the animalistic parts, around the ears and the tail itself.
I mean, I'm not canine or anything like that, and I shed hair. You should see the shower.
Yep.
It's gross.
All right.
Okay, so with that all set in motion, can I go pick up the kiddo now?
Yeah, you can go to your kid, to Cheyenne.
Okay.
Like Cheyenne
And-
wouldn't approve of what the fuck you just did.
Well, I really didn't do anything. I don't have no curses, no nothing. I'm just gonna get a Aesop Bible and a robe, and I'm gonna stick to my word, but only when it's
Welcome-
convenient to me.
Welcome to the Azoth Witnesses.
Well, I'm gonna go like,
Just-
it is
very
me.
discreet about it. Make sure you like Ellyra is nowhere near you.
It's
I
no,
will
he's
say this, right? There is no like mark of Azoth that he has to wear. None of them have marks of
Right,
Azoth.
right.
You know?
But it's kind of like if he's wearing the robes with the Bible and preaching Azoth's name.
I,
no,
Yeah.
that's
you know,
not why with
I,
her.
I know Gabriel is a little bit challenged in his mental faculties, but I'm pretty sure that he would understand not to do that in front of Ellyra.
I don't
Yeah.
know. He's done some stupid
It's-
shit right next to the paladin.
it's, we all know he's gonna do it, but also he's gonna do it when it's convenient to him. He's gonna stick to his word, but at the same time, he's just gonna do it when it's convenient to him. There are no restrictions, or there was nothing to it when the deal was made. It was just said like, you're gonna become a priest. I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
Also, I
I-
feel like Gabriel is just cocky enough to be like, I can do this next to the paladin. She won't do anything.
Probably.
If the plan is good enough, yes. I mean, we just went through a bunch of ropes and disguises through
So-
infiltrate that cult.
So
this
here's
area.
here's the thing. Out of character, I absolutely love this arc because it's another form of possible infiltration that can be done. Just
Oh, yeah,
It-
definitely.
it-
definitely.
Yeah,
it's-
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
that is so fucking good for utility.
I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
have the robes like from the cult, and then now you quote unquote have a father with you, which makes it 100% more believable.
Hmm.
So when you just go into the front door to a temple and they see the robes in the book, they're like more hesitant to attack the.
Actually, wait, this can help us a lot with the upcoming
Yeah.
mission shit. Because
That's what.
because basically Mason is in league with Azoth and all the followers of Azoth and that shit.
Mhm.
That's what I was going with. Which, to be fair, like Father Gabriel shows up with the Bible. Is like, I'm here on request from
Yeah,
the troops.
it's one of
And-
those things that we just got to the point where we realized just how good that actually is.
Yeah, it's a very blessing in disguise kind of thing.
Yes, I'm gonna go pick up my kid now. Okay.
And then while you're on your way to pick up your kid, we're gonna bounce back to Cassius, Ellyra, and Goo.
Dude, I'm gonna make some like Father Gabriel type of arc, make it look like Father Pucci.
Oh
By
my
this time,
fucking God.
Goo-dith is probably 5 glasses into Dragonfire.
Give me a Constitution save.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna do the same.
Nat
Since it
1.
counts-
Damn, she's wasted as fuck.
Let me see. Here. Yeah, no, not even my +2 to your con save would help with that.
I rolled a 15. Mm-hmm.
All right. So what you
I got
roll?
12.
All right. So Ellyra, you are sort of like you're sort of sloshed, right? Like you're sloshed, but like you don't feel like any negative effects, right?
I'm just gonna say this like real quick before you continue. Steam just gave me a notification about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle being 80% discounted. It's a
What-
sign.
What,
It's
what
a
timing?
sign.
What timing?
It's a sign.
The fucking timing. Oh my God.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the sign and I'm rolling with it. Next thing you know, Father Gabriel shows up and like, bless my children, I shall become heaven.
Next thing you know, there's actually a game that comes out called Father Gabriel.
Oh, no. I feel
I'm
like
actually-
that is
I'm
the
act-
title of a game.
I'm gonna actually look it up right now.
Yeah, do it. I feel like that is a real title.
Oh no!
So, well, Goo-dith is wasted, Ellyra is sloshed, and
Cassius
Cass
is
holding on fairly well.
Cassius is like sort of sloshed, probably like doing the drunk talk kind of thing, but not like not really showing that he's
I
drunk
gotta
too
do a
much,
roll
right?
here. Gotta do a roll real quick. Hang on.
Goo-dith.
Because depending on what I do with this roll, it may trigger something.
All right, I'm gonna tell Goo-dith what Goo-dith is feeling, right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Goo-dith. 5 quarts of Dragon's Fire in, because they've been quarts, not pints. Area start to rumble, right?
Oh, I don't know about this.
You begin to hiccup uncontrollably.
Father Garcia, man.
The inside of your mouth feels as if it was on fire.
Oh, Ellyra, it burns. What am I supposed to do? It burns.
To Ellyra and Cassius, you see steam and like what looks like smoke coming out of Goo-dith's mouth.
I have a solution for this. Ellyra says drunkenly. She is going to grab Goo-dith and immediately, mouth to mouth, lay on hands to cure the poison.
That's all you, Cass. You gotta deal with that. I'm over here becoming a priest, meanwhile you're seeing 2 lesbians going at it.
And like that, I'm gonna go over to
Like my savior, save by the angel.
No, we're not doing that song. Fuck that. No.
not Ellyra. It's
Ellyra?
Ellyra, yeah. Yeah, go over to Ellyra.
Lyra. God, curse these names.
All the Aras. Ara.
All the Aras.
Or should I say ora?
Alright, so you're walking up to Ellyra.
Yeah, I think I might be deserving of the strong than that vampire over there.
What makes you say that?
I think I'm handling the drink better. I think I'll win by the end of the night.
Gonna win by the end of the night. Oh no.
I didn't know this was a competition between you all.
It is between just us. Goo-dith already failed.
Good thing
Yeah.
Gabriel's not there. He's a lightweight.
By the way, I want to say, like, as you're healing Goo-dith, you slowly start to see her like turning into her slime ball form.
Ooh, okay. Somebody lost consciousness.
Slambo.
Yeah,
I don't know why I
Goo
can picture
Goo's
Goo-dith
unconscious.
One of the slime ranchers.
I picture
Oh,
the
he was
slime
going
ball
on
just
podcast.
having
I
a big
did heal her.
teardrop.
She was going unconscious. I did heal her though.
Yeah, you healed her. She's just unconscious. It's not like death saving throw or anything like that. It's just like
She's gotta pass some juices.
exactly.
Hey yo,
But Ellyra would also say, y'all have competitions often?
Haven't really
I wonder if
had a chance
Gabriel and
before
Cassius
now.
have bet.
it's
I mean,
usually
this is
What
the
do you
first time
the
I've
hardest.
been in clothes like these since I crossed the border, really. Since
Oh, you're finally awake.
Tell me, where is it you originally hailed from?
it's just a war-weary town close to the border between humans and all of the magical creatures. It's to the east of here. Plain east.
Huh.
Used to work as a doctor there and a guard. The roles kinda fused into one after a little while.
By the way, are you still drinking at this point?
I'll have a cup in my hand.
Okay. She says, you know, I think it's time for all of y'all to get some rest.
And it does look like at least one of us has to be able to walk out of here. Carry the slime. But before I do, and Cassius kind of reaches into his suit and pulls out Richard's Swordbreaker.
What are you doing with the Swordbreaker?
This serves me well in the defense of Lavinia. I'm not sure it should part with Richard City.
She would look at you and say, Richard wanted you to have it. Whether it stays in the city, it's not going to do much good here. You are going to be needing it for the future to come.
Oh, all right then. I guess that vampire might give us a little bit of trouble. It'd be handy to have. Logic 2 when we finally do get our hands on his actual form. I'll probably bring it back afterwards, though. It's not the sort of thing that should be in. Not the sort of thing that should be where I'm from.
Can I have it?
Very well.
Why did you sound like Steve Urkel when you asked that?
Can I do that?
Can I have it?
I'm gonna fucking punch someone and serve to the gods.
Magic doesn't belong on our side. I'm just borrowing it for now. That's what makes me different from Logic. And I'd like to keep it that way.
She kind of like rubs your like the side of your face and just goes, you have a lot of maturity for someone so young.
Only young to you, miss.
Oh, it's
Looks like a
Cassius
lot
about
of
to hit
only
something.
an action tonight. Jesus.
Yeah, I've been working for a while. Not with the guard, then as a mercenary, and before that, Pop always put me to work. I mean, it was only right. He adopted me. Gotta be good for something.
She says, let's head back to the manor, all of us. The party starts dying down. People are like slowly leaving. It's probably I'll say about 3 a.m. at this point.
Alright, let me just finish that glass.
Yeah, remember when bars used to stay open till 3 a.m.? Jeez.
Yep. They used to do their last call at like 2. Thanks, COVID.
You know, a lot of restaurants need to do that. They need their like last call to closing time at like 3 or 4.
Hmm.
You know how useful that would be.
Wait.
Like I get it, you have to make money, but your employers also have to go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True. But also, if you stop serving alcohol at 4, people are getting up 2 hours later.
It's fuck, my head hurts. I need a drink. Oh look, I'm in the bar. Perfect.
But yeah, you down your drink. Do y'all make your way back towards the manor?
Yep, I'm carrying the unconscious Goo-dith.
Slimy. Slippery.
As y'all are walking back, y'all notice the streets.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said slimy. Slippery.
I heard my high knee slippery. I'm over here like, huh?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Thank God it's not what you said. I'm over here like,
Moist.
I mean, she is a slime, so it's gonna be moist regardless.
True. But as you all begin making your way back, the streets are still full of laughter and cheer as you see houses slowly starting to like turn off their well, not turn off, but like, you know, dim their lanterns. And the sound of hustle and bustle now slowly turned into a more peaceful, somber and quiet, if that makes sense. You can hear the sound of wolves out in the wild, howling towards the moon.
No, that's just me. Don't worry about it. No, I'm kidding.
That's just Gabriel crying because he had to join Azoth's cult.
I don't think you'll be crying. I think you'll be glad that it's like dealing with less Windria, but also he's still freaked out that he can see Windria now.
As you make your way inside the mansion, you would feel Richard Divinius's presence around you, if that makes sense. You can't tell if it's saying anything, but you definitely feel his aura. And with that is where we're gonna end tonight's session.
No, it was too good.
Wow. We really didn't get to the downtime.
It was a hell of a downtime we just went through.
That was literally just after combat, cooldown, and then learning the lore of what's coming up next.
Yep.
But you still have downtime coming.
Yep.
I was
By the way,
expecting downtime to start a lot earlier, to be honest.
No,
Right,
we had to
but there
keep
was a lot
going,
of
and
work
also
on it.
Gabriel
I
had
mean-
his shit.
I mean, this
That
is
too.
this is D&D. When does everything go according to any kind of
As
schedule?
planned.
Honestly, it's a
It
really
never
nice, like,
does.
self-contained episode. Only 2 locations. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, you guys got drunk. You celebrated. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I became a priest.
I mean, it's a good
How
season
much?
2, episode 1.
How much gold was it? That
750 gold.
Yeah, Gabriel gave it the elf woman to give you guys 750 gold.
Yeah, which she would have done as you guys made it to the manor. Or
It's not
beforehand.
it's not the full 100, not 1,500, but he gave you guys half because he expected like his treatment to be a little on the expensive side. But I guess he's
Oh,
not gonna be
He
using the
he
money.
thought he was gonna be paying a medical bill. I got you.
Yeah.
That's still like 250 for the rest of us each.
Hey, the doctor's visit is very expensive this time of year.
All right.
Also,
We will raid into.
Vi's up right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably be best to raid into Vi right now.
I will say that I'll be honest, Ellyra probably wouldn't be annoyed with Gabriel keeping the rest or any of that, because here's the thing: is that Gabriel doesn't just have to take care of himself; he also has to take care of the kid. So
Yeah.
that's something to note. That
Yeah.
So him keeping the extra gold is actually makes sense. On top of that,
I'm gonna do the quick outro real fast before we go into
Yeah.
after D&D stuff.
Yep.
Also, to be fair, I had left that 25 gold after upgrading my dagger, and my dagger is still getting another upgrade for this one for free, which it sounds so fucking cool, like being able to become a shadow and just.
Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for enjoying D&D with us. There will be no D&D next Monday because that is Memorial Day. That is also the day after my birthday, so I'll be recovering from birthday partying and stuff like that too.
Shit.
But
Monday
I will
Monday
see
is
you.
Memorial Day.
Yep.
Yes. But we will see you on the 2nd. The 2nd is going to be episode 2 of season 2.
Good.
We're going to raid into a friend of ours named Vi. She's streaming Cult of the Lamb right now, so make sure to show her some love.
Yep.
And until next time,
You all
this has
take
been
care.
The Lost Heart. Take care. Make sure you're drinking water.
Don't drink the slime.
Yeah, don't drink the slime.
The slime is slightly.
about
All right.
And prepare for Father Gabriel to arrive.
Mm.